Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Crew O'Brien. It's a Monday morning. I just have a quick recap about the Alabama Top 100 tournament on Saturday at Lake Jordan in Alabama. I got down there last Tuesday, got everything ready, and was able to get on the water Wednesday, Thursday, and a partial day Friday. I had boat problems on Friday, mechanical problems with my motor, so I kind of lost a half a day. But the conditions of the lake was kind of pretty muddy. I mean, it was stained up pretty good. Water temperature was anywhere from 54 in the morning to, in the afternoon it got up to 58 different places. Some of the backs of the feeder creeks and pockets was a little bit cleaner. I mainly fished the main lake areas, main lake points where there was some steep drops and deep water close by off the points, more so on the channel side of the lake. I did run up the river one day. Well, actually, it was the day that my motor broke down, and had a couple good bites. Had a quality spot up there, but most of the spots I found, I was just catching, spotted bass. I didn't catch any largemouth until tournament day on some of the spots. And then again on tournament day, some of the spots that I had caught some quality fish on, there was already people camped out on it. And when you see a boat that's sitting down, guys sitting down on a seat on the point, you know they're catching some fish there. Those kind of places, I had one, two, three, I think there was 3 places that I had caught some quality fish on, and people were on it. And I know one of the guys that was on one of my areas, I think he finished in the top 3 at 17 pounds, Clint Davis. But anyway, we was able to fish with Greg Warner. We was able to put a limit together and weigh in. It wasn't a big limit, but I was just happy to get a limit. It was the first time me being on the lake. Anytime you go to a new lake, your goal is to get 5 in the boat, no matter what the size is. And then you can build from that, So it's always a plus to get your limit. I think there was like 82 limits called out of 100, which, on a muddy lake like that and the conditions, because we had a couple cold fronts come through, that's pretty good still. I tried a lot of different baits. I tried a swim bait. I tried Carolina rigging, spinner bait, chatter bait around some of the grass, pitching a jig and casting a jig. But the only thing I really got a bite on was throwing a shaky head with a little finesse lash bass reaper bait. And it was in the green pumpkin. I dyed the tail chartreuse. I was using 10-pound cast king line. I was using a Peregrine 2 cast king spinning rod, 7-foot spinning rod, with a Valiant Ego spinning reel from Cast King. And, basically I would get in there anywhere from 30 to 25 foot of water, throw up very close to the point, kept watching my depth finder because, there were some fish that were suspended. I do believe, some of the fish were hitting it on the fall. I do believe that some were on the bottom on a piece of cover. It could be just a little piece of wood. But so I think like tournament day, we pulled up on one of Greg's spots and he fished it, but he didn't catch none off of it, and I ended up catching one decent one off of it. And then we kept fishing an area that he was throwing a swim bait the day before, and he caught 3 nice ones. One was about close to a 5-pound plus. But I think overnight when it got so cold, that type of swim bait, fast moving bait, I think it just wasn't that effective because of the cold temperatures. I think you needed a little bit of slower bait, and I just figured that, if the fish were deep, those cold fronts wouldn't affect it that much. So I kind of just focused on fishing that kind of style and everything. And then we went to my first spot, pulled in there, and it was like bang, 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 had a limit, real quick. I think we did have our limit by 9:30, 9 o'clock, and no telling what we might have had there if we got there first thing as far as the bigger fish and stuff. We just couldn't get a big bite. A lot of the guys got some really good bites out there, and you know, I'm just curious to find out how a lot of them caught it. You know, I would think some of them caught them deep, and you know, I know one guy said he had caught them on a swim bait, but you know, I don't know if it was shallow or he was just throwing it out there and letting it sink and reeling it, you know. And then there were a lot of guys up in the river fishing, you know. We went up there to the river and tried to get a big bite, a couple big bites up there, but we just couldn't get it. So, but again, overall, I was happy to be able to bring a limit in. And now my goal is to get my boat fixed, because the next stop's going to be at the Bassmasters Northern Division at James River. I've never been there neither, so it's going to be a challenge. I look forward to it. It's going to be in April, so there should be quite a few fish caught. But again, that's the recap of the Jordan Lake Tournament, and hope to see you on the water soon. Thank you.